How's it going, everybody? John MacLennan here, and in today's video I'm going to show you 3 soloing tips for playing over Melissa by the Allman Brothers. Now, if you're looking to learn the chord progression to this song, check out my other video, which I'll link up down below, that's going to go through how to play the entire song, just the chord progression, and kind of strumming through it. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about soloing, but before we dive into it, make sure to get my free book down below all about soloing. If you're interested in playing lead guitar, this is really going to help you out. And with that book, you'll also get some exclusive videos that are not on YouTube that are all about playing blues guitar. So check that out as my gift to you at the first link down below. And with that said, let's dive into this lesson. Let's break down 3 soloing tips for playing over this chord progression that comes straight out of Melissa by the Allman Brothers. Now, I'm not going to explain all the chords. You can check out the other video that's going to demo that. But the idea is that we're going from an E to this F sharp minor 11, then we're moving it up for like a G sharp minor, and then we're bringing it back down for an F sharp minor, and then back to E. So this is a very common kind of singer-songwriter chord progression. And I've played it into my looper pedal, so you'll hear it like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 3 different ways for soloing on top of this. So the first thing that I want you to understand is that this chord progression is in the key of E, but we can take our minor pentatonic scale pattern that most of us learn as like the first minor pentatonic or the first pentatonic scale to learn, and that's going to start here. I would place it on the 9th fret, so it's going to be on this note here, which is C sharp, and it's going to go. So that's going to be the pattern, 9, 12, 9, 11, and then we'll just walk up, then 9, 12, 9, 12. Now, the Allman Brothers would often play out of this. Here, I'm thinking of that minor pentatonic pattern, but it's actually giving me a major sound because I'm playing C sharp minor over E major, which is what's called the relative minor. So that's sort of a theory concept, but it's a cool thing because you can take a minor pattern and learn how to apply it over a major chord progression, like, for example, this chord progression, which is in the key of E. So I'll give you an example of that, just kind of noodling down through some of these notes, and you can hear that sound, the sound of the major pentatonic. Here we go. So you can hear right away that it's like channeling that classic kind of, Southern rock sound. So that's the first tip, is using that minor pentatonic pattern, again, placing it on the 9th fret for the key of E. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is just taking like one note out of that pentatonic pattern and just bending it, and you want to make sure that you bend up to another note that's in tune. So if I take, for example, this note here on the 12th fret of the B string, the 2nd string, I can bend that up a whole step, right? Or this a whole step, or this a whole step, or even if I want to go up higher. So I'll show you what that sounds like. So that's the second tip, is experimenting with bending, and it could be something just as simple as just hitting one note, like, and then letting it fall down, It could be a slow kind of release, or maybe it's quicker. you can just mess with that and just start doing some bends. And it's gonna help develop the strength in your hand. It's also gonna help your ear. You know, you wanna make sure that you bend those notes right in tune, which can be tough to do, but I think that's one of the things that separates, you know, the more pro-sounding players from the beginners, is their bends are really in tune. So that's tip number 2, and then tip number 3 is using slides. So this is a great sound, and it's one of my favorite ways of soloing. It's where you just kind of stay on one string. I'll give you an example of that. So try that. Just stay on one string, and it's really going to test your knowledge of knowing that pentatonic pattern, right? All on one string. And then you really start to mix all these things together, like you do some pentatonic runs, you do some sliding on one string, moving different positions, and then you add some bends, and right there you've got like 3 things that can help create a really cool solo. So I'll put those together for you. Have fun practicing soloing over Melissa by the Allman Brothers. I hope you got some value out of these 3 tips. Again, you can mix and match and combine them. Maybe you just want to start with one and work on that for a week and then start implementing the next tip. Now, another great idea is to, of course, play this into a looper pedal or record yourself. You can use your phone or whatever you have to record. Just record yourself playing the rhythm for like 5 or 10 minutes and then just try and solo on top of it with these tips. Now, before you go, don't forget to get my free book all about soloing, and with that book, you'll also get the blues training videos that are not on YouTube that come with tabs. So if you got some value out of today's video, you're gonna get a ton more value out of the free content I have for you at the first link down below. Thanks again for your support here on the channel. As always, leave any song requests down below, and we'll see you next time.